Everybody, welcome to Miss Criticizer 2021 90 Day Fiancé Season 9 Episode 2. Now we're being introduced to a new couple, which is Yve and Mohammed. As you've seen in the episode, Yve is a massage therapist and she's of Native American ancestry. So that's why she feels that she's more of a healer. Well, props to you. She is a single mom of a special needs child. And, she's raising the boy, being there for him, catering to his needs. And I would like to add this, that I do know some people that are raising special needs children, and kudos to you. We know that it's quite challenging. It's not easy, and it takes patience and love to raise a special needs child. Because in her case, the father of the child, they were never married, but they were engaged, but she broke off the engagement. I think because them having a child with special needs also put a strain on their relationship. And I've seen that, again, there are a lot of men that have abandoned their wives, and they've abandoned their wives just because of, just because they have a child that's special. And sometimes I've noticed that, especially with men, it's not all men, but most men, I don't know, they don't seem to have that nurturing side. They don't have patience. And sometimes they just dump everything on the woman, which is really, really, really unfair. Nobody has to go through something like this. Despite everything, people still need to love. You still need to love your child despite anything. Reason why I'm saying men, some of you might bash me, but it's the truth. It's not all men, but even, for example, like when people take their wedding vows, they say in sickness and in health. But then when the woman is usually sick, the men, they leave. Usually when the woman is diagnosed with, sorry to say this, cancer or any kind of disease, sickness or any kind of sickness, the men are nowhere to be found most of the time. It's not all, but most of the time. But if the roles were reversed, and if it's the man in that situation that has health problem, you see that the woman will always cater to his needs in sickness, through everything. So that's just all I wanted. I wanted to get that out of the way. And she does yoga. She's in a yoga club. So one day, there's a man that slid into DM, and he's called Mohamed. He's from Egypt. Oh my God. And both of them were sharing their sexy pictures. And isn't me, but most of these guys, they always show their pictures when they're in the gym. Like, they always say that my job is in the gym, but like, are they really working? Are they really working? Are they really working? So when she said Mohammed, I said, gosh, I hope it's not Mohammed from season 2. Danielle and Mohammed. No, I'm still traumatized with them. Please don't let that Mohammed come back. I'll do a separate video on him. Please don't. Anyway, I'm just joking. But he's from Egypt. And so she decided to visit him in Egypt, get to know him, and they fell in love. They had a good time getting to know each other. And of course, she booked a hotel for both of them, and they had a sexual encounter. Despite him being from an Islamic country, and an unmarried couple are not supposed to live together. But hey, they did what they did. So, ever since she got back to USA now, she said it's been 2 years in the process of the K1 visa. It finally got approved. Her friend was kind of worried and said that, he's kind of possessive because he wants to change you. Like, he wants to change your dressing style, what to do, because he's a Muslim man, and eventually if she would want to marry him, she has to abide by his customs, his religion, his rules. So all the revealing clothes that she has, the sexy clothes and everything, she would have to get rid of it. And so she would have to get rid of all her sexy clothes, you name it, her thongs, her lingerie, her bikini, her see-through dress, you name it. All the things that actually attracted her to him. But hey, also he's half her age. Her friend also had to remind her that, hey, he's half your age. And she said, I don't really care. Both of us don't really see age. We just see age as a number. And I said, okay, Eve, you see age as a number, but when you get married to him and you're 48 years old, would you be able to give him a child? Because he is going to come for that. He will say that I would need to have a child. You know, especially considering he's a Muslim man, he's Arab. They are expected to get children. Also, level of maturity. Look, I'm not saying that all people that are a certain age are immature. No. I've met a couple of 20 years old and they're very, very mature for their age. But usually a man like this who hasn't really gone through life and you have more experience than him, there is going to be that level of maturity difference. So she would have to teach him a couple of things. But we'll see how it goes. Again, she's just in a honeymoon phase. It's always sweet in the beginning and you think like, oh, age doesn't matter. But you'll see soon. So eventually she meets up with her besties and she explained to them like the entire story, how she and Mohamed met, and they ended up talking about the sex life, and they said, oh my god, like how are you able to do it, like he's from a Islamic country, were you able to have sex? And she said, yeah, we did have sex and we ended up in the hotel room and we just get it on, like, oh my god. And they said, oh, how was it? And she said, oh my god, the sex was so amazing and he just knew what he was doing, like I was surprised. And they were like, oh my god. And again, I wanted to say that usually me personally, I don't discuss my sex life in front of a bunch of other group of women. Sometimes, you know, you're inviting trouble. You know, when you're bragging about how good your man's D's are, your man's dick is, some would want to slide onto it. Like you're basically advertising him. But it's not for all women, but this is just personally me. Because they were like, oh my god, ooh, what did you guys do? Oh my god, I can't wait to see him. And they also said that, oh, but when he comes here, we might not really have that PDA, that public display, because of his religion. And so her friend said, you don't have to compromise yourself for him. You shouldn't have to do that. Like, you need to be yourself. Don't change yourself for any man and all that. Don't change yourself. And he shouldn't be so possessive, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I get what the friends are saying. They do have a point. But again, if you marry somebody from a certain background, you have to do your research and you have to sometimes be willing to compromise. Yeah, just because he's going to America does not mean that he's going to be fully Americanized. He's still going to bring his customs, his culture, his religion. Certain things that's why I said that any woman who wants to get married into a certain culture, religion, anything, you need to be willing to compromise. Do your research. If you feel it's not for you, you can be free to leave. It's not by force. Don't be naive. Because again, I have many friends that ended up marrying somebody that's Muslim and they happen to be maybe Christian or they're not religious. And sometimes religion did interfere into their relationship. So that's just what I wanted to put out. But I'm looking forward to her storyline. I can't wait till he arrives in the next episode, and we'll see about that. I know that they are going to have more drama, judging by the preview. He has the audacity to say that, oh my god, I want her to love, she's going to love me like my mom loves me. I say, boy. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell. Bye bye.